All right, here we are, mid-May check-in Zoom. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's kick off by going around and doing our little accountability check-in since 2 weeks ago we set some action plans. So I'm just going to go around based on the order of my list, starting with Kate. So at the beginning of the month, you said that your target outcomes for May are to hit Success Club and hit the 150s on the scale. And your actions were to complete the BAT tracker daily, get grounded personally because you were feeling off, and create something new to invite to create momentum and content. How is it going?
I did it all.
Woo!
I just hit Success Club today with somebody that has flaked on me 3 times, so that was cool. I definitely put the pressure on. Was like, well, you better hurry because there's 2 other girls that are interested, but whatever.
Yeah.
I'm at that point in the school year that I'm just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
And I've been filling out the BAT tracker, and I think it's a legit game changer. I just got the Rise Up book. Thank you, Anna. And I love all that planner check off stuff. So perfect. I am really, I'm really close to the weight loss goal. It's not really a number, but it's just something to keep my nutrition in line. But I'm within 2 pounds of that. So I could totally get there by the end of the month. And I feel better energetically. And I've kind of had a Cinco de Mayo post that got a bunch of girls going, because I was the weekends really are my struggle, and I reached out about that. And I've just found that speaking to the emotional point of what somebody gets out of a challenge pack versus the contents and how many workouts you get, but more how you're gonna feel, has really been working for me. Did I answer the questions?
Yeah. Congrats on rocking it and hitting Success Club. That's awesome.
Thanks. It feels good. Yeah.
Girl, you're on a roll. And it's not even summer.
I know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a really
little worried.
Yeah.
It's going to dry up or something.
No, it's not going to dry up. No.
And I'm not trying to have a negative mindset, but I feel right now, because I haven't really gone out there yet, I've got people that are yes.
Yeah. That's okay. Just work with who you've got. Yeah. Yeah. And that was a really good point about what's working in terms of posting about more the emotional outcome or the experience of what people are struggling with, and also just keeping it real and what you're struggling with and what you're working on, because that's going to attract your people and it's going to make that, oh my gosh, me too moment. And yeah, because people don't care. People, honestly, at the end of the day, people are so lazy and they don't want to make changes. So they don't even really want to know about meal plans and workouts and stuff. They just want to know how to feel better and get over all their issues. And so that's a really awesome reminder to just focus on the experience and how people are going to feel and what they're struggling with and how you can help them if they want to join you, instead of focusing on all the details. And it's also a great tip or a great strategy to avoid feeling salesy. Instead of literally selling a package, it's no, you're just offering this opportunity for people to work on themselves. And that's never going to come off as salesy if you're coming from your own truth. And it's hey guys, this is what I'm struggling with. Here's what's working for me. Let me know if you can relate. It's okay, no one's going to feel salesy about that. So that's awesome reminders. Yay. Is there anything that you need support around?
I haven't really been inviting to the coaching opportunity, and that's something that I really I'm developing a marketing plan for June, and I want to make it a point that at the 15th of the month, I cut off invitations to my challenge group and I switch to marketing for coaching. So if there's going to be a coaching sneak peek or anything like that, or if there could be, I want in on that for sure, because cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's something I was going to share. I know Amanda just did a coaching sneak peek recently for her team, But we are going to do a coaching sneak peek next week. So
Okay.
I know it's kind of last minute, but sometimes that's the best to just be like, throw it out there. So it'll probably start Monday. I will make a Facebook group and share that tomorrow so you can start adding prospects. And if any of you guys want to participate, let me know. There's a lot of ways we've done these before. Sometimes I feel like it's just fun for everyone who has prospects to just go live in the group sometime in the day when you have time and share your story, just like 5 minutes. Share your story and what you love about coaching and how you make it work in your life. And then we'll post all the details about what it entails. And it'll probably just be like 3 days, Monday to Wednesday. I was planning it with Betsy and Danielle, and they're not on tonight, so I don't want to speak for them, but that's probably how it'll go. And then it's good timing because we'll do the sneak peek and we'll keep the group open. So the group will run probably like Monday to Wednesday, but then it'll stay open for the rest of the month. So you can keep inviting and you can tell people, hey, if you want the replay, let me know and I'll add you or I'll send you the link, so you can keep adding people to the group and they can just watch the videos on their own time. And that'll just be our May coaching resource. And then we will have our new coach getting started right call the last Wednesday of the month. So that'll be, I think it's the 29th. Yeah. So 2 weeks from today, we do not have a team call next week, but 2 weeks from today, we're going to have our new coach getting started right call. So next week is like coach invite week. And then you can tell people, look, part of getting started is we'll plug you into I call it my new coach mentorship. You can just say it's my new coach mentorship. And it's like, you don't have to, do anything, but plug them into the Facebook group where we have the new coach units and then the new coach getting started right call. So that's another thing that is coming up. And that's something that we're going to do every single month on the last Wednesday of the month is a new coach getting started right. So you don't have to do getting started right calls unless you want to. Or you can do calls with your coaches, but they can be more like getting to know each other and how do we want to partner instead of like you feeling like you have to teach them all things about building a business, because that's not your guys' job. It's just your job to sign people up right now. Coolio. Yeah, I'll post more about it. Like I said, tomorrow in our Facebook group. Someone Vox for me if I don't, but I wrote it down. So that'll be something we can invite to. Cool. Anything else?
No, I'm just trying to, no, just figuring it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep having fun. Abundance mindset. Keep working on the abundance mindset.
I got to work on the abundance mindset. I had to like take a little quiet break, but, and I was like feeling a little bad about it, but then it worked. Like as soon as I came back, like I got my last like I hit.
Yeah.
They wanted to hit. Now I'm trying to hit like 2 more girls, but we'll see.
Yeah. And that's how it should work. It's like, you don't have to be showing up and grinding day in and day out. That'll burn out. It's like only show up when you have filled your own cup first.
Yeah.
And like no one else is online 24/7. So if you're not online 24/7, posting 24/7, no one's going to notice, but they will notice if you show up and post from your heart from a place of aligned energy. Like you said, that post about struggling on the weekends, that was golden. And if you post stuff like that every single day, people aren't even going to see it, or it's going to be like overwhelm or just kind of like, but just trust that when you show up, when you feel like it, people are going to be receptive to that and it's going to click and the timing will all work out. And and just focus on doing something to move yourself forward every single day. It's not always going to look the same.
Cool.
Yeah. And whenever it starts to feel stressful, like whenever you start feeling stressed about, oh my God, how am I going to hit Success Club? It's just in general, because I still get stressed about it 5 years in, which is like dumb. It's like my job. It's like a sign to take a step back and like detach from the outcome, because at the end of the day, we're all doing this because it's it's something we love doing. We want to help people, and like, yeah, we want to make some money, but it's like, you know what I mean? No, it's not your job. Like, no one's going to die. No one's depending on you for their livelihood. It's, just keep it fun. And because that's what people want to be part of, is something that's fun and positive. And if you're stressed out about it, then people aren't going to want to sign up, because you're going to be like, I don't need more stress in my life. So this is general reflections. Okay, cool. I'm super proud of you. That's like amazing that you are on a roll. So keep it rolling.
About time. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, that's okay. All right. Next up, I got Kelly. So your action goals were to do the BAT every week and go through your Facebook list and connect with people, complete 21-day fix, and stick with the UPF meal plan. And your ultimate May goals this month are to hit Success Club and sign up one new coach. How's it going?
So I haven't really done any of that yet, but that's because 21-day fix isn't over yet. But I am sticking with all the workouts, so that is like a huge increase for me to actually be working out and like not blowing off a couple of workouts here and there. And I'm finding like the group, because this is my first time being in a group with like the app. I'm finding that really helpful, and like I love going on every day to track my workout and Shakeology. So that's helpful. And I've been mostly following the meal plan, but I have been really careful at least trying to get in the veggies and protein, which I feel like are the most important, and then kind of like eyeballing the others. So definitely way better than I was eating prior. So progress. Haven't hit Success Club. I am talking and connecting with people every day. I have started talking to people about the coaching opportunity too, which I don't think I had done at all in April. Also, I wanted to have at least one program down before I really, talk too much about it. And that was Amanda's advice also. I am definitely feeling like struggling a little bit, I guess, with like rejection. Like, I'm okay with it. It doesn't like personally offend me or anything like that. I'm fine with that. It's just, it just feels like it's like, well, every, one after the next, it's just like, no, or I don't have time, or I don't have the money for that. But I'm definitely connecting with like a lot of people, and I'm feeling good about the connections that I'm making, even the one who, they're not maybe jumping in now, but maybe, long term, maybe they will eventually. I also actually connected with one girl because of one of the posts that I made about mental health, and she had me speak this morning on her podcast.
Oh my gosh.
That was really cool because I've never been on a podcast, and it was really exciting. And I loved that, like, that happened because I was putting myself out there from being a coach. So didn't hit like number goals yet, but I feel like I'm on the way there. So.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome. And yeah, and honestly, like that's the number one part of being a coach, is being a product of the product and finishing programs. And so if you are making progress in terms of like working out more than you ever have before and pushing yourself and, focusing on your nutrition, even if you're not, perfect, but you're still making, an intentional choices, that, that's like all you need to do. And then going out of your comfort zone, facing rejection, getting no's. This is all actions that you're taking, and it's going to lead. Yeah. It's all about planting seeds. And so just keep talking about coaching, keep talking about what you're doing, keep focusing on yourself and getting results, because your results are what's going to convince people more than your invitations. And so, facing rejection and like objections is one of the hardest parts of this business. And that's just something you have to expect. But just remember that you're planting seeds right now. And that's like the whole point of connections and inviting is like, the whole point isn't to get people to say yes right away. The whole point is to get you on their radar so they start watching you. And like, I'm literally having people come to me or come back to me 5 years into the business, that have been watching from the beginning. Yeah, like Kate, I had another challenger just buy. She was one of my April 2014 girls. She just bought a challenge pack again and came back 5 years later, and I'm having family members finally reach out because the timing is right in their lives for me to help them. And so just remember that you're here to help. And if people don't want to be helped or they don't need help, then they're not for you, right? And that's like no big deal. And they have to self-identify. And so like, while doing invitations and building connections and all that is important, you also have to realize sometimes you just have to meet people in the right place at the right time. And this can be something that you kind of finesse as you gain experience, is to what we call qualify the prospect. So instead of just inviting people that have them qualify themselves for your challenge group by sharing that they have a need or a problem or they're interested, and then making it about them and just like having them share more about what they're looking for, what they're struggling with. And then you can be like, oh, well, I have the perfect solution, XYZ. Do you want to do this with me? And then it's like an easy yes instead of oh, I have no idea what you're doing now. And so that's just something to keep in mind too. But in terms of people saying like, oh, I don't have time, I don't have money, like, we all know that's bullshit, because if they really want to make a change, they'll make a change. And $160 is not a lot of money. Even if you are a broke college student, it's like you can find the money, you can earn the money, you can whatever, put on a credit card. It's not even a lot of money to put on a credit card. And so something that I might recommend for you is to go into our Facebook group and use the search feature and just search for objections, or like overcoming objections or rejection, and just look at all the posts we have over the last 5 years on how to handle and how to deflect when people say, oh, I don't have time for this. Or if they say, I'm interested, but not right now. If you can tell at a gut level that they would love being part of this, then you can kind of learn. It's a skill. It's like having conversations and inviting and selling. It's a skill. It's like psychology, but you can practice. And also remember that even if they say no, it's like, you can always just ask them, cool, no worries. Do you want me to follow up with you next month? And have them give you permission to follow up with them. And that way you don't feel like you're bugging them. Because then next month you can be like, hey girl, I know you said last month wasn't the right time, but you told me to follow up with you. Just checking in. How are you feeling? Especially if they tell you originally that they have goals and then they reject you. Then you can be like, so how are you doing with losing 10? Have you lost 10 pounds yet? And they're obviously going to say no. And be like, well, I have another group opening up. It's a better month for you. You know what I mean? And just be like, still here. And your longevity will win them over eventually, but there's no rush. And so also another thing that you can look up, I was just going to look up on Facebook. This might be fun for you, especially since you're not like personally offended by rejection, but it's still annoying. We do something called the Go for No Challenge, where it's like a bingo chart. Let me see if it's in our Facebook group, otherwise I'll add it. But anyway, it's like a chart where it's like your goal is to get as many no's, is to get like 100 no's in a month. And, don't let this make you just like do empty invites just to get a no. But it's more like when you track your rejections, that's a really great indicator of showing up. Instead of tracking your invites, track your rejections and your no's. Because there's a statistic in sales that it's like 1 out of every 10 people will say yes, or 2 out of every, and so if you want to hit Success Club, if you want to sell 5 challenge packs, you're going to have to get like at least 50 rejections. And that's just like data. It's like nothing personal. So hang on, go for no. Let's see if this is here. Yeah, I think I found it. Yeah, if you just search Go for No challenge, you will find it. There's a PDF. So maybe something fun for you guys too. Yeah. Reverse psychology. Cool. Is there anything else? You're doing so good, girl. Just want to encourage you to keep going and just keep focusing on your own results, because no one can argue with that. You'll just be like, fine, do your thing. I'll just be over here getting hot and feeling amazing. Yeah. And that's a win-win. All right. Let's see. Next, we have Naomi. Your actions were minimum 3 to 5 invites a day, add 15 minutes to your morning routine for me time, and finish article for your cousin's wellness blog. And your May target outcome is diamond. How's the progress going?
Okay. I would say I've added like 10 minutes to my morning routine, but I'll take it. Some days it's meditation, some days it's invites, and that feels good. I am not necessarily sending 3 to 5 a day, but like some days I'll send 15 and then I'll take a day or two that I won't send any. I am not getting rejections. I'm just getting nothing from some people. But I do have a few, like I just had one today, a friend who I've sort of had my eye on for a while, and I thought like, oh, she's not going to be interested, so I haven't invited her. And I think a couple months ago, I just sent her like a thanks for supporting message, like if anyone you know is interested. And she was like, oh, I just like following your journey, like good luck. And so today I sent her a direct one basically being like, I want you to be a coach. And she was like, okay, send me info. I'm interested. So I don't know if it's going to pan out, but that was promising. So I've had a few like that. And so I have a few more people that kind of fit into that category that I just need to be more direct with, follow up with them. The blog for Kamala, I am working on, but I haven't finished it. It's kind of the same thing with the posts that I'm doing for my Tubi. Like, I'm just word vomiting it out, and it's like too much, or I have to like rate it in, and I don't really know what direction I'm going with it. But the other thing sort of with that I'm trying to do is I've talked to like my chiropractor's office, and I have a connection at a bar studio that I want to do, that idea that we talked about like a month ago, of me reaching out and saying like, can I do a free consult, or can I put something on your bulletin board kind of thing. And I haven't really decided what the content of that would be, so I haven't pursued it yet, and I want to act on that.
Mm-hmm.
But I did finally get my dad signed up. Hooray. And I'm signing up his wife this week, and hopefully her son as well. And I flat out told them, like, you have a deadline to do this before the end of the month. So that's promising.
Heck yeah.
So hopefully he'll be Emerald within a week. And then I just need, I think, 3 or 4 more total between the two to hit Diamond.
That's crazy. It's happening. Yeah. Just keep having fun and having patience. And in terms of the chiropractor's office, I feel like that's the kind of thing you just have to like let it marinate, and it'll come to you.
Yeah.
Like in the shower or something.
Right.
You'll be like, oh my gosh, clarity. This is exactly what is going to happen. Or, that's what happened to me. This happens to me all the time. It's just like, give it over to the universe and just like ask for guidance. It's like,
yeah,
with this happened to me this morning, literally. Like whenever I'm facing resistance that I know is not fear-based resistance of like, oh my God, it's scary. Or like your blog post is like, oh my God, like editing a blog post is like annoying and hard work. So I'm going to like not do it. But if it's something where it's like, I'm not really sure what I want to say, but I know this is what I want to do, then it's a sign to just give it time. Like with my life coaching business, I have my Wild Synchronicity program. And originally it was a group program to teach women how to work their menstrual cycle into their business for creative entrepreneurs. But I've been procrastinating launching it as a digital course just because it didn't feel ready yet. And this morning I was reading a PD book and it just came to me. It's like, it's because it's not just business. This is alignment and how to use it for personal growth, professional growth, and spiritual growth. And it's like, oh, it just makes so much sense. And now I have clarity and I know exactly what I need to do. So just like send your request out there. I'm reading, I think you might like this book. It's called Outrageous Openness by Tasha Silver. And it's all about letting the divine take the lead. It's like super spiritual in terms of just letting go of forcing things to happen or making things happen or letting your ego set your goals and just really leaning back and trusting that there's like this divine, bigger plan out there. And it was really interesting for me because I've never been really clicky with the law of attraction. It always just seems a little like, I don't know, a little cultish, a little like, I don't know. Something is always off. And she says it's because people misuse it to just like get what their ego wants. It's called Outrageous Openness. Put it in the chat. Outrageous Openness by Tasha Silver. She also has a book, an abundance book that I just started reading called, I think it's called It's Not Your Money. If you just Google her name, it's Tosaj, Tasha Silver. It's really good. But anyway, so she's all like, the reason why the law of attraction doesn't really work is because people are just setting these ego goals, like making a vision board and being like, I want a yacht and I want, $1 million. And then are just kind of like, okay, how can I make this happen? Come to me, universe. And it's like, you can't be that specific about your desires. You just have to and she has this thing called the God box where this can work for what you want and also something that's bothering you, but you just write on a piece of paper and put it in the box and just trust that it's taken care of and then just let it go. So if it's something you've been stressing about, you can just let it go. Or it's something that you really want, you want to call in, you just write down and you let it go. And you just trust that you don't have to be focused on it every morning. You don't, it's not something you have to be obsessed about, but if you set the intention and let it go, trust that it's still working behind the scenes and just be open to receiving whatever guidance comes your way. She also has an analogy of if you say, I want a red Porsche, universe, that's my desire. And then 2 weeks later, it's there's no red Porsche, but you have had the opportunity to get a red bicycle or, it's something else. It's the desire is just something fun transportation to get around. And so it's not about what exactly it is. It's about the deeper need or the deeper desire, and just trust that it will show up and manifest in the perfect way for you, even if it's not what you think you want. We get what we need, not necessarily what we want. And everything's working out for our highest good. So it's been helping me relieve my anxiety a lot. It's just don't try and force it. Just let it go and trust that it'll come. It's all unfolding in my favor. And this happens with inviting too. I know you guys have probably gotten to the point with inviting where you're just sending out the messages, but it feels a little forced, and it feels a little off. And people are ghosting, like you're saying, or people are saying no. And that's probably a sign that you're trying to force it to happen when really you just need to back off and get creative and be like, okay, do I really have to message all my Facebook friends? Or could I create a vulnerable, authentic post and just see who engages and responds? It's just kind of where's the path of ease? What would feel good? What would feel expansive? What would feel a little out of my comfort zone, but in an exciting way instead of beating my head against the wall? That's my business tip. So, yeah, I went on a rant. Is there anything else?
I think that's it. Sort of on that note, though, I did do my like coming out post, like a soft one.
That post freaking rocked. I need to do one of those.
It felt really good because I
It felt
realized I
really good to
never
read
really
it.
did one like that in the beginning, and I was like, yeah, I feel like I nailed that one a little bit. And so now I just need to follow up because it's like still getting likes today. So I need to follow up with people that are engaging with that because that felt really good. So
Yeah, that's where
whoever's
it's at.
attracted is good.
That's where it's at. Yeah. And it's like, you don't just come out of the coaching closet your first week of a coach and then assume people know you're a coach, right? It's like, this can be like an ongoing weekly thing. And I love how you explained what Namaste means to you. And you're just like, this is what this word means. And this is my brand. And let's go a little deeper into my why and my journey. And it was just like, it's like, oh, cool. And you're like solidifying yourself as a brand, as a professional, as a leader. Yeah. And calling in your people. So that was really awesome.
Thanks.
I was going to say something else. Left my head. Yeah. Oh, also you just look amazing right now. Like all your before and after pictures are just incredible. They're just crazy. You've come so far in just 1 year.
I know. It's Monday is the 1 year, or Tuesday.
Next week. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you're doing it right. Yeah, and I love how you've been building up your 2B anniversary for like a month. You've been like planting seeds, and this has been your long-term marketing plan. You're really rocking it. Yeah. Cool. Alrighty. Brittany, let's see. What did you say? Your actions were to set some work-life boundaries and expand on spending time in your office, share more about why you believe in coaching, not just the programs, and check more boxes in the bat more consistently. With your May target outcomes are Success Club, Emerald, finishing Fix Extreme for some bomb updated results. So your actions by today were to join the AM workout crew, be done with your workday by 2 p.m., consistently connect with 2 new people every day, Monday through Friday, and do a blog post about life 1 year after losing your job, which I know you did. And I just also want to say your Instagram, I don't know if I've shouted you out for this yet, but you and Naomi are like on point with the grams and like the branding. And I know it looks like you just started using this filter that's making you look super cohesive and legit. So just wanted to shout you out for that.
Thanks. Yeah, I had that filter for a while and things just like weren't, because it's like a pink overlay and things they didn't look right, but I was like, I need this one. So it took me a while to get it, but it's coming together. So things are kind of going good. I didn't expect to like have hit Emerald already. Like that was not my expectations. So the first like week and a half of the month was really good. And like that happened. I am still at a C4, but I have had one girl that like I went to high school with her and she like will respond and then it takes her like 4 or 5 days. Like she just like goes, I don't know, she like goes rogue and leaves. So the conversation's kind of slow with her. And then one of my sorority sisters reached out to me a couple days ago. And then just this evening, actually, a girl that I've known forever who like watched me and like hung out actively with me when I was coaching before. And I've asked her like a couple different times in the last few months about like joining my groups, or like she's already sharing about her weight loss on her Instagram. And I'm like, you could make some money doing this. Had no interest, and she actually messaged me tonight like asking about like BOD and Energize. And so kind of talking about that. So things still look good. The last week has just kind of been weird. I realized today that I hadn't posted anything since last Thursday, and like just have not been super consistent because I was getting my first couple girls like into a UPF group, and it's going well, like behind the scenes, like we're communicating, me to each of them, but like I'm posting in the group and they're just nothing. So I'm like, how about you direct this question back to the public forum? So we're working on it. I mean, it's going well, and I think they're both enjoying it. But the one that did sign up as a coach is already asking about like delaying her Shaco for a month because she doesn't have a blender. And I'm like, okay, or you could just use it, you could just use it. But so I explained to her how to do it, and so I'm not super concerned. But the morning workouts happened today. I like super sucked at getting up the last week or so. But I got it in today, and it was really nice to actually like be up and be done before 9 o'clock in the morning. So I'm just working on like how to balance like coaching with my design business, because I'm going to a vendor fair next week. And so I'm like, ugh. I think that's why things have kind of been like slower on this front, is because I'm trying to build up over there. And so just trying to like find that balance.
Yeah. Just props for having an amazing month so far. Like, doesn't even matter what happens the rest of the month. You're on a roll, and it's awesome. Yeah, Naomi says, I totally get that with my 2B girls in terms of the struggles of engagement in the group. And yeah, this is all about just like setting expectations from the beginning, and then just like adding more people to the group. And eventually you're going to get one person that's really into the group and they kind of carry it probably.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meantime, as long as, it's like this is like a free bonus you're giving them. So at the end of the day, if it's a dud group, like that's okay. Just know that you're still showing up. But also, in terms of social media, like on your Instagram stories, I feel like that's more important to be consistent with than posting. Like if you just post a few times a week, that's fine. But on your stories, you can even share, I don't know, because I don't watch other people's stories, but you can share like, hey, here's a sneak peek of me setting up my group, and just share the ins and outs of your daily life and how you balance coaching with your graphic design business and all the things coming up, and just like keeping it real and sharing that you've had a weird week, and and just share like the Brittany reality show. So
That's how it feels.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what people want. Kelly says she actually prefers Shaco just mixed with water and not even blending it. Yeah, that's the way I like doing cafe latte, especially. So that's something you can tell her if you haven't yet. It's just like,
that's what she got, and like she knew, she just moved, and so she knew she didn't have a blender, and she knew she didn't have Wi-Fi, but she was like, yes, give me that. Okay, she's like, okay, cool. But now she's like afraid. I don't know, like afraid to.
Yeah, just tell her to shake it up with ice and water, and chug it, and it'll be delicious. Or at least like take it like medicine and see if she feels any different. Because she will. Yeah. Yeah, in terms of like managing multiple businesses, something that works for me is I figure out where my energy fluctuates throughout the day. And then I schedule my day based on the most energy draining or energy dependent tasks. I do those when my energy is highest. So for me, that looks like doing Beachbody in the mornings and then doing life coaching stuff in the afternoons, which might work well for you too. But just like set boundaries with your Beachbody hours so that it doesn't absorb into the rest of your day. Because you really only need a couple hours max. And so just like maybe even get a timer, set a timer and be like, okay, for 1 hour, this is my Beachbody hour, do all the things. And then you have the rest of the day to focus on all your other stuff. Anything else? All right, you guys are crushing it. I'm like so proud of you. We're almost out of time. I'll do a quick update. Oh man, this month has been, just gonna keep it real. It's been kind of tough for me mentally. So my actions, I said I was going to DMs to build relationships, invite 3 times a week, and sit down at my desk for a power hour every weekday morning. My goal is to advance my second business center to Diamond by May 22nd, which is the 2-star Q2 cutoff, and hit Success Club 10. So I don't know. I went through a lot of stress earlier this month and pressure on myself in terms of like the rank advancement, because my second business center is so freaking close to Diamond. It's like ridiculous. But at the same time, it's not close. You know what I mean? It's like, it's there, but it's not there. And it's not, I'm not motivated by pressure and like rushing at this season of life. I just don't have the capacity. So I've kind of let that, like, I'm still doing coach invites. We'll see. I have like 3 or 4 girls I'm chatting with. We'll see what happens. I'm at Success Club 2. So that's a start. And I have been feeling really good with my DM connections and just building relationships is kind of what I focus on if I'm not in a headspace to like do invites or be all happy and peppy. It's like, well, at least I can deepen my relationships with my people who are in a similar season of life, aka all my Prego friends. So that's been good. We officially have chosen, in terms of personal stuff that's been stressing me out, we've chosen a doula, actually 2 doulas that we're going to work with. And I've created my baby registry, which is super stressing me out. It's like all the things, is like life is really overwhelming right now. But it's also been good practice for me to just remind myself how to navigate overwhelm, because life is just going to be overwhelming for the next 20 years. Anyway, I thought you were about to say you picked a name. Oh yeah, we already have a name. We already have a name. You'll find out in August. That would, like, this, because I was pregnant last year, and so we went through the whole name thing. So that was kind of easy. But yeah, I don't know. Last weekend it was tough. Last Thursday was the anniversary of my miscarriage, which hit me way harder than I expected emotionally. Like, I almost felt like I had some PTSD. And then Mother's Day weekend is just like, I don't know, interesting, complicated. So yeah, I've just been being present with myself and feeling the feelings. So just a reminder that sometimes we're going to have off weeks, and that's okay. You're not supposed to be like happy, peppy, rocking life every single day. That's not realistic. But even on the bad days, you can still take care of yourself. You can still practice what you preach. You can use it to show other people that you're real and that you can relate to them. Yeah, thank you, Naomi. Yeah, I've been keeping up with my workouts. I feel freaking amazing. Really excited to end 21 Day Fix Extreme, because I'm getting too big to really, I don't know, do it. But I feel really good, and it's gonna be a good summer. I'm like getting more excited, but there's like 12 weeks left, and that's crazy. So we'll see. But I'm also realizing that Beachbody is not something that like I have to build up and work really hard before the baby's born. It's something that's just going to be there for me to lean back into throughout the whole postpartum journey. And so just want to this is such an incredible community and business, and we're so blessed. Like, if you guys ever want to have kids or ever have kids, it's like, seriously, I'm so grateful that I was able to, like, my business isn't as big as I want it to be, or as big as I think it should be 5 years in. But it's such a security blanket just to know that it's here and I don't have to worry about my own postpartum journey, or like I'm still going to be earning money no matter what. So just like trusting, doing all the personal development, all the universe has my back stuff. It's crazy. It's just crazy. So yeah. I also recommend doing Lift 4 before you get pregnant, because that got me in really great shape. Just like build up all the muscle, and then you'll be super strong, like in the core. Like focus on building core strength. Yeah, it's been really good. I don't have any stretch marks. It's like, and I still have like muscle. Like It's like fine. Beachbody rocks. Yeah. All right, ladies, thanks for hanging out tonight. Again, I am so freaking proud of all of you for showing up in the trenches, because this stuff is not easy. Keep going out of your comfort zone. Keep having fun. Keep putting yourself first. And let's have a great rest of the week. I'll see you later. Bye. Picture. All right, tag us all because I don't know my phone.